I'm Marlon West from Walt Disney Animation Studios. I'm currently a visual effects supervisor, but most of my career has been spent doing special effects animation. I've always wanted to make films since I was like a little kid. And I got a movie camera for my 12th birthday, Super 8 camera, and tried to make films with my brother Tony and kids in the neighborhood. I always loved the work of Ray Harryhausen, who did all the Sinbad movies and Jason and the Argonauts. And all those are done in stop motion, where you're actually moving a puppet, one frame at a time. So what I started doing was using like the toys I had around the house to do like stop motion films. So as a result, my scale shrunk down, but my production value went up a lot higher because I had all these sweet costumes and vehicles for the G.I. Joe. And so my films got a lot richer looking because you can only get your hands on so much as a 12-year-old. I mentioned Ray Harryhausen. His mentor was a guy, Willis O'Brien, and Willis O'Brien did all of the animation of King Kong. So somewhere in a book when I was a kid, I saw a picture of Willis O'Brien, and he's got these armatures, these small scale creatures. That looked like a job where a fella could bring his toys to work with him. And I was like, I need a job like that. I was working at a studio that did 2 animated films. They made a film called Rover Dangerfield and a film called Baby's Kids, which actually was a little bit of a hit. I was effects animator on those. And when they stopped making features at that studio, it occurred to me that Disney would not stop making animated films super soon. So I applied there. They looked at my work, which wasn't great at the time. I thought it was pretty dope. And they offered me a trainee role. I wised up and saw it as a really great opportunity. So I started there as a trainee during The Lion King, and it's been there ever since. The Lion King was the first film that I worked on that people saw. That felt really good. Atlantis has kind of this comic book style, and that was the first time that I was actually a head of the department. That felt really good. They've all been a gift of some sort. In animation, you're not pointing the camera at anything. Everything is being created by a computer or drawn or painted. As a visual effects supervisor, what I do all day is actually look at the works of animators or modelers or lighters or effects artists and make sure it's actually close to what I understand the director really wants, and make sure it's actually helping support the visual storytelling. As an effects animator, what we do kind of goes unseen. No one really kind of responds to like a dust cloud or some debris falling. I've been fortunate to make a bunch of films like Frozen and Moana where effects are front and center. When you have a sister who's shooting snow and ice out of her hands, people notice those effects. Or water as a character, people tend to notice those. Last year, I was elected to the Board of Governors of the Motion Picture Academy of Arts and Sciences. It made me feel really great. The Board of Governors preserves what the Academy has done in the past. It looks to what we can do in the future. I'm part of the shorts and feature animation branch. So I try to represent the people that are short filmmakers and animation folks. It made me feel like people trying to trust in me to kind of have their voice. I like to actually make these films that people go see that means a lot to people, that folks see as a child, and maybe they'll see it again as an adult, and they'll show it to their kids, and they'll show it to their grandkids. There's very few films that people feel that way about. Animated features, Disney films in particular, have that place in people's hearts. As an artist, and especially as an artist of color, I do like showing up for things just like this because no one sees animators. I like showing kids like myself that, oh damn, there's some Black people that worked on that thing, I like leading with some sort of open-heartedness and kindness. I mean, my attitude, if you've been hired at Disney, you must be pretty good. So you don't need me to ride you. You need me to help give you an opportunity to shine. And that's the kind of leader I try to be.